So tonight at Dominion Raceway, we saw a great night of racing, but it's nights like tonight that remind us that racing is such a small part of this great big world, and that what's more important is a great display of humanity. And Mini Tyrrell, whether he won this race or not tonight, Mini's mission was accomplished. This is what?
You know what? I'm Mini Tyrrell. I'm driving over 81. Me and Siren Auto, Jesus is Lord. B on Motorsports, Toyota Camry in the car store. I just won the Mini's Mission 125, and this is Saturday night.
On Tour from Dominion Raceway starts right now. Everyone wants to be there on Sunday, but as every short tracker will tell you, there is no Sunday without Saturday night. And every week, all across the nation, late models own Saturday night. This is the ballad of the sport's backbone, its hometown, its weekly star, and its greatest racing. This is Saturday night. This is On Tour. Welcome back to On Tour. My name is Buddy Pulley. I head up the late model coverage here on ATYL Media. Kicking off the show this week, we have an update on the I-95 Showdown. Race 3 was this past weekend at Southern National Motorsports Park, where the Florence Icebreaker winner, Matt Cox, took home the victory. The next race for the Showdown will be at Florence Motor Speedway on July 19th. It was a sentimental night in Thornburg, Virginia, as the Cars Tour contested their 8th race of the 2025 season, the Mini's Mission 125 at Dominion Raceway. Now, what is Mini's Mission, you may ask? Mini's Mission is a charity started in 2010 by Mini Tyrrell to support his childhood friend Ella and her family after Ella was diagnosed with a brain tumor. And since 2023, the tour's annual trip to Tyrrell's home track of Dominion has honored his charity, and it's become an event more than just a race. It's become a night about putting smiles on faces and raising awareness by demonstrating a tremendous amount of humanity from Tyrrell and the entire Cars Tour garage. And the night started out right as Tyrrell set down a blistering lap to score the pole, and it ended just as right as Tyrrell led over 120 of the 125 lap event to score the victory in his own race. Tyrrell was emotional in victory lane, and when I caught up with him afterwards, I asked him to explain those emotions and the meaning of this win and answer the obvious question: was this the biggest win of his career?
This is huge. I can't put it into words, man. I'm going to have to think on this for a couple days and really come out with something to say. But it's more than racing this weekend, and I can't believe that we're fortunate enough to win it. We had such an awesome car, and that's amazing. But, you know, like I said, all the drivers left here a winner tonight from how amazing they were with their families and their special guests. And it is truly, truly powerful, and really moves each and every one of us and makes us realize how lucky we are to be able to be here and do this. And I'm just so proud of my guys. Flawless weekend, start to finish. Got the pole award, and Brandon, Dan, Hippie, Colin, everybody at the shop. You know, all my friends and family are here. That they got to watch me win. It was just could not have painted this night any more perfect than it was. I think the weekend was the biggest weekend of my career. Just how amazing Friday night was, and Thursday at my house with all the kids on the boats and the tubes and the jet skis. And whether I won the race or finished last, I was just more than moved by all these children, all these families, all these moms, all these dads, for how amazing they are as people. And it just blew me away, man. They're a lot stronger than me and you are. They go through battles that I could only imagine. And I'm just here to try to help them and help anyone I can along my way.
The domination shown by the 81 should not cloud the intense level of pressure he was under. Connor Jones stalked him throughout the early stages of the race. He had to duel Chad McCumbee on several late race restarts, with McCumbee even snagging a few laps from the 81. And finally, he had to hold off the charge from fellow Virginian Connor Hall. Winning these Cars Tour races is never easy. And as Tyrrell's getting ready to tell you, it's rare you have a dominating performance like he did Saturday night. But some nights it is just meant to be.
It's so rare to get a car that is that good, and like Wake County happened, and we were so good, and we've just been working so hard, and I've been working so hard as a driver trying to be better, and it's really paying off. You know, the point standings aren't in our favor. We've had some bad luck, but this year, the runs that we have had, I mean, we've been contenders to win these races every single weekend. So I'm just so blessed to be here, man. I can't thank Coleman Rector and David Taylor enough for allowing me to put Jesus is Lord on the car. BDL Motorsports, the Henderson family, they're here tonight. Absalom Structure, the Weibel family, Irvin's here tonight. Victoria Swimwear, Victoria is here. So everybody that supports me, it's on the car, it's a part of me getting to the racetrack. All my friends and family, just can't thank them enough for being able to put me in this position.
Many of Tyrrell's competitors said after the race that if they couldn't win, they were sure happy Mini did. And that's good, because Mini kicked their ass. Let's take a look at the rest of the results from Dominion. Taking a look at the results from the Mini's Mission 125 at Dominion Raceway, it was of course Mini Tyrrell taking home the victory, with Connor Hall snagging the runner-up spot and regaining the Cars Tour points lead. Chad McCumbee took the fight to Tyrrell, but would have to settle for a third place finish. We'll talk to Chad later. Tristan McKee finished in the 4th position, and Laney Bice with yet another hard-fought top 5 finish.
You know, we made it to the end. We were strongest at the end, and we came back we started in 3rd. We fell back a little bit to about 8th there towards the middle of the race, and then we got back up to 5th. So if it wasn't for that late race caution, I feel like we would have finished 4th and maybe even better than that, but it's part of it. The restarts are really tough. So just glad we could hold on to a top 5, and this Lee Pulliam Performance team brought a really fast car, and Folsom Pin Supply and Chevy. Just really, really thankful for this team and all their hard work. It's just incredible to be a part of them, and yeah, I'm just excited to continue this momentum forward. This is one of the toughest series right now. I fully believe it, other than obviously the top 3 series in NASCAR. So being able to compete at the highest level in short track racing is very, very important, and it's really neat for me to be able to compete up front and continue fighting for wins week in and week out, and almost sitting on the pole and continuing to be someone who is competitive every single week in this series. So just super thankful for the Cars Tour and them making this series so good, and just continuing to bring cars every single weekend that are so close together, and everybody that puts in the hard work to be here. I'm just super thankful to be a part of it, and it's some of the best learning that I've ever had. I'm challenged every single weekend, and I think that's one of the best parts about being in the tour itself. And then obviously having Lee Pulliam as my coach is really cool. So just thankful that they bring me a fast car and continue to push me to be the best driver that I can be.
Her Lee Pulliam Performance teammate Doug Barnes Jr. back in his Ferrari, he finishes 6th. Daniel Silvestri finishes 7th. Aaron Donnelly in 8th. The Langley winner Chase Burrow in 9th. And a subpar night for the 29 team. Landon Lewis loses the points lead and rounds out our top 10. Some other notables, besties Connor Jones and Parker Eatman finished 12th and 13th. We'll talk to Jones later. And Kane Brown took a championship points hit after getting involved in an incident on lap 1.
That's kind of part of not qualifying up front. I feel like we had a really good race car. We made one run this morning, and we put it up on jack stands. I was like, that's the best spin all weekend. I think we got a good shot, and I did a bad job executing qualifying. I hit some of the water where a lot of guys kind of straddled it and went around it, and that's on me, but the race car was great, and thought we still had a shot from 10th, and it sucks. Last year, same thing happened. Lap 1, a guy missed a shift, and we made contact in the front stretch. But this one stings a little more because we're in a tight points battle, and each week we're trying to capitalize and gain as many points and reel them in. But, you know, it's part of it. That's what we do, and we're going to rebuild. R&S Race Cars brought me an amazing hot rod. They worked their tails off to get this thing back the best we could, and we could salvage a 15th place finish after all that. So it really hurts losing that much ground, but like I said, it's part of it. We got a really good stretch of races coming up. We're going to try our best to capitalize on them.
Brandon Pierce, Landon Huffman, Ronnie Bassett Jr., 16th, 17th, and 18th, all plagued by flat tires. You'll hear Chad McCumbee and Connor Hall mention the tire issues later. Donovan Strauss' first car out of the race in 19th. Buddy Alves Jr. followed with a mechanical failure. He finishes 22nd. And Carson Lofton finishes 24th after getting caught up in a crash. Our runner-up finisher was Chad McCumbee. Yeah, this Chad McCumbee. He's been more or less a full-time competitor on the tour since 2020 with a win at Hickory in 2022. However, Chad has had an up-and-down start of the 2025 season, and after taking a few weeks off, he's returned with a new chassis that's delivered him back-to-back top 5 finishes. I talked to Chad after the race about the great run and about the special family he had riding along with him.
I'm just really excited to have some positive momentum. I'm really happy with this new Torque chassis. Last 2 weeks been 2 top 5s and got a podium this week, and was able to lead maybe a couple laps and contend for it. So I think it looks like maybe we had a little bit of a right rear tire issue. I felt like the last 2 restarts, something was just a little off from where it had been, but we were all going so hard trying to win the race. So really proud of the effort though, and hopefully that momentum keeps rolling. We've gotten to know the Hines family now over the last 12 months. Very special people to us, and really wanted to get that win for Lincoln and his whole family. My kids and their kids are just best of friends, and it's been a special thing. It's really special to be a part of this whole program that Benny's put together, him and his family. Hats off to them. I'm certainly glad he was the one that got the victory if I couldn't.
Now, there were a lot of feel-good emotions all throughout the night, but a motor race was contested, and it wasn't one contested without some bent fenders and bent feelings. Connor Jones was fast all night long, and at points it seemed like he was the only one who could take the fight to Tyrrell. But late contact with Landen Lewis cost Jones a rebound night after his post-race scuffle at Langley. And it was after that post-race scuffle a few weeks ago that Jones stated he was, quote, done with a few people in the Cars Tour. This weekend at Dominion, when reminded of those quotes, he reiterated his frustrations.
Just felt someone just driving into my door. We wrecked. So I definitely think we're just still trying to put our cars in places where they shouldn't be, but it sucks when you get wrecked by the 29. It's a Harvick car and you don't get put to the back, but they'll put everybody else in the back. So I mean, it sucks. It is what it is, but what can you do? Move on to Caraway.
As you saw in the replay, the contact Lewis made with Jones was a result of the 7 car of Tristan McKee hip checking the 29 into the 44. So keep that in mind, because Jones may not have seen that replay at the time of those comments. But the overall message still stands, and Jones left Dominion disappointed. But one driver who didn't leave Dominion disappointed was the new Cars Tour points leader, Connor Hall. We'll talk to him after the break. Connor Hall's 2025 season and the heart rate monitor his stat line resembles has been well documented on this show. He grinded out a second place finish at Dominion Saturday night, while his championship rival Landen Lewis had to settle for 10th, giving Connor Hall the Cars Tour points lead. I talked to Connor after the race about his night and if he feels the 88 team has finally returned to form.
I think we ran out of tire. I mean, the right rear is falling apart, and just kind of the product, this byproduct of running a softer tire on a really gripped up fast racetrack, and had to come from 10th, so it's not like I got to, Mini was able to probably save just a tiny bit out front and had clean air, helped him turn a little bit, so I think byproduct is starting a little bit further back than we should have, but overall, really fast pressure shop's 88 car, and just one spot short. Yeah, I think crew chief Brian Schaefer's definitely got me headed back to due north, so hopefully we can build upon this second place and try to go win Caraway.
That's going to do it for this episode of On Tour, but before I go, I want to leave you guys with some final thoughts from Saturday night's race in Dominion. The racing truly was second place that night. I can confidently say that there were times throughout the night, especially when that 81 car took the checkered flag, that there wasn't a dry eye in the house. And the smiles on the faces of the children that Tyrrell and the Cars Tour welcomed to the track said it all. I got to spend some time with Minnie after the post-race celebration, and I asked him if he could give a message to everyone watching our show, and he said this: appreciate life, appreciate what you have, love life, and love each other, because you never know what others are going through. It was a beautiful message at the end of a beautiful night. Thank you guys so much for watching. The next episode of On Tour will follow the Sobo 200, which is the first race of the Virginia Triple Crown. We'll have all the at the track coverage, so follow us at the Buddy Pulley and at ATYL Media, and we'll see you after Sobo. And don't forget, support your local short tracks.